What is good? It's your boy SimDCsReviews. I'm back in with yet another video. And I'm not gonna say today's video. I already did that for the Dragon Ball Super video. As you can see, it's like the break of dawn. Like I told you, I'll be up, man. I'll be up late, early in the morning. So I wanted to get this other video out the way after the Dragon Ball Super review, which is up right now. By the time this goes up, it's gonna be about 11 o'clock in the morning. Dragon Ball Super review will be up. Also, again, like I said in that video, I've hit 200 subscribers, so leave your comments and your questions for a Q&A in that video or this video. It does not matter. I'll have both videos up on my laptop, like side by side, so I can look at the questions. If you leave questions on one video, do not leave them on another video, because then it doesn't make any sense. So, like, for example, let's say John Doe watches the Dragon Ball Super video and leaves a Q&A question. Don't leave the exact same question on this video, because why would you? It doesn't make any sense. So, yeah. I gave shout outs in my last video to Christopher Rourke. Again, welcome to SimD'sReviews family. But also, I have to stress this again, and I've stressed it more and more as the channel is going on. If you are a new subscriber and I do not give you a shout out, it's because I cannot see your name. You have to go to your settings, and you have to make sure that you are visible to the people you sub to. By doing so, I will be able to see your name on my sub list as a brand new subscriber, and I'll be able to give you a shout out. If you subscribe to the channel and you did not get a shout out in my last video, that's why. It's because I can't see your name. So obviously, I've gotten like 30 subscribers since in the last 2 weeks. I've only given a total of 11 shout outs. You get what I'm saying? So clearly, some people's settings do not show their name. So you are not visible to me, so I cannot give you a shout out. So you got to do that. But anyway, let's get to what this video is about. This video, I figured I would do because I enjoy doing theories, and I enjoy giving a part of myself into ideas that could potentially make something better. So, and it's not about Dragon Ball, it's about the Black Panther. Now, I had a review of the Black Panther last week. Was it last week? Yeah, last week I did a review of the Black Panther. And I talked about how Killmonger is the best villain Marvel. Best villain Marvel has ever had. And I really like Killmonger. Here's how you bring him back, right? Now, I alluded to this in my last video, but I'm disregarding that entire thing. So what I talked about in my Black Panther video about how they can bring him back, I'm getting rid of that. Disregarding the whole thing, right? So, here's how you bring Killmonger back, right? Ryan Coogler. I'm gonna title this video, Ryan Coogler, listen to this. That's what I'm gonna title it. Because I know you're a fan of Black Panther and you haven't had a miss yet. All your videos, all your movies have been good so far. But if this somehow could get to you, and you could see this, and you could get Michael B. Jordan on board, just remember where y'all got the idea from. You know what I mean? Remember the small YouTuber, SimDCsReviews, he hits you up, he lets y'all know. Remember where I got the idea from. So, here's how you could bring Killmonger back. There's two ways you can do it. I figured there would be two ways that you could do it. First way, right? If you watch the movie, now, obviously there's going to be spoilers in this. It's been out for 3 weeks now. If you haven't seen Black Panther yet, you clearly don't care that much about it to even probably watch this video. But if you've seen it, then you know what happens in the movie. So spoilers, and I'll put spoiler in the title and whatever, right? So here's what you do, right? There's two ways you could bring them back. The first way is this. If you watch after their fight, when T'Challa brings him to the cliffside to watch the sun, right? He tells them, bury me in the ocean with my ancestors, because they would rather die than be in bondage, right? So he tells them that, right? He tells that to T'Challa, right? Here's the thing. The way they showed it, and I've seen the movie so many times now that I caught this, and I don't know if anybody else did, but the way they showed it from two angles. So the first angle was when he fell down, right? And T'Challa stood over him, put his hand on his heart, right? And then they showed it from a behind angle, from the side, but behind, right? So the second angle that they showed him, it shows T'Challa again putting his hand on his heart, but before he puts his hand on his heart, it looks as if he's grabbing something from his lower body and then puts his hand on Killmonger's heart, right? So here's my idea. Do that. Same thing, right? The difference is T'Challa takes either one of his vibranium claws, right? Or has something else, some other type of vibranium, and he puts it in the wound. Now remember, earlier in the movie, Everett Ross was shot in the back, in the spine. T'Challa took the vibranium bracelet and put one of the beads in Everett Ross. He put it in Everett Ross's wound, and that stabilized him, right? So have the same thing happen here, right? Instead of it being the bead, it could be one of his claws from the suit. He could have took out one of the claws from the suit or whatever. Something vibrating and puts it in his chest, right? To stabilize him, right? Right? So what you then have happen is T'Challa obviously stabilizes him. He's unconscious. Instead of him dying, he could have just passed out, number one. Or number two, he could have fell over like, all right, I'm about to just take my last breath and I'm going to die. And this is T'Challa stabilized him. Because remember, when it happened to Everett Ross, Everett was like breathing hard. And then he put the bead in, and then that put him to sleep, right? It stabilized him. So you have the same thing happen. Have him take his claw out of the suit, put it in his chest, stabilizing him. You have him then bring Killmonger to Siri, right? Who can heal him and whatever, right? So fast forward in time. This is after the events of Infinity War. Now, obviously, we haven't seen Infinity War yet. We don't know what is going to happen in Infinity War. But I'm assuming that Killmonger will not be in it. I'm assuming, now we know there's going to be some type of war in Wakanda, but I'm assuming that Killmonger will not be in the Infinity War at all. He could very well be, and if he is, he is, but I'm assuming he won't be. So this is going to be the second Black Panther movie, right? I don't know. It could be like a Secret Invasion. I don't know. The villain could be like somebody with an affinity for the water. I don't know. You could do something like that. Somebody who has a trident. Something like that. I don't know. That could be the villain for the second movie. Or it could be more aliens. Shape-shifting aliens. I don't know. People who could like change themselves. Aliens that could like change themselves into other forms. Other humans. And I don't know. Rhymes with skull. I don't know. You could do that invasion of Wakanda as well. Based off the source material. Now, I'm not going to ruin the actual source material. But I'm just giving you little hints of what you guys could do. So, let's go with the former. A villain who has a affinity for water. Let's go with that. So they invade Wakanda, right? And they invade Wakanda and they're losing. Wakanda's getting dominated. They're getting destroyed by these people who invade, right? So they're getting dominated. So what you do is you have T'Challa go off to a secret place in Wakanda. And he opens it and he goes in and you hear a voice say, "What are you doing here?" And then T'Challa's like, "We need your help." He's like, "I'm not helping you. Why would I help you?" He's like, "You couldn't even let me die," right? So you get the idea, all right, that's got to be Killmonger. It's got to be Killmonger, right? So he says, "But this is your home." He's like, "This ain't my home. I'm from Oakland." Now we know for sure it's Killmonger, right? So then the camera pans up to a fully bearded Michael B. Jordan with long dreads, same way he was in the comics, right? In the comic books, Killmonger has long dreads. He doesn't just have like a little bit of dreads on his head. He has all long dreads, right? So T'Challa and him are talking. He's like, "Yes, I know, but this is your home. This is still where you're from. This is where our bloodline comes from. And we're family." He's like, "We're family. Your father killed my father, right? We're not family." He's like, "You couldn't even let me die in peace. We're not family. You've stolen everything from me." Like, it's the dialogue that Killmonger would give, right? So, "You've stolen everything from me. Why would I help?" So T'Challa says, "If you don't help us, we're going to lose. We're going to all die. Everybody's going to die." And he says, "I don't care. I wanted to die before when we were standing on that cliff, remember? And you couldn't even let me have that." And he says, "Look," T'Challa says this, "Look, I can't erase the sins of our fathers, nor can I erase the sins of the past. But what me and you can do now as cousins, as blood, we can fix and, stabilize the future." Right? So he tells us to Killmonger, and then they pans up to Killmonger, and you could tell he's like looking like maybe he got a point. So then T'Challa even goes further and says, I even did what you told me to do. I expanded Wakanda to the world. The whole world knows about us now. There's vibranium helping people all around the world. And like he's like explaining to him, like, I listened to what you said, because although you was the villain, like you wasn't really wrong. So he explains all this stuff to him. And what he says is like, if you change your mind, here's this. So he throws in the necklace for the Golden Panther suit, right? And he also rolls in a heart-shaped herb. And he's like, I thought I burned all those. Killmonger's like, I thought I burned all of those. And he's like, nah, we had like a whole nother stash of it or something like that. And he's like, of course you did. So he goes back, he leaves. And what happens is he goes to war. They're still getting dominated, getting beat. Everyone's getting beat. At this point, Shuri has her own Black Panther suit as well. So I just want to throw that in. Shuri has her own suit as well. But everybody's getting beat. Everybody's getting, taken out, whatever, right? So this villain, this main guy who has an affinity for water, he's about to do the final blow, because their weapons, although not vibranium, their weapons have magical properties because they're from this place underwater. So their weapons have magical properties. So he's about to stab T'Challa and is gonna kill him, and all of a sudden you see a sword, boom. Stopping, said, not today. So homeboy kicks him, and you see it's the black and gold Panther suit. So obviously it's Killmonger, right? So they fight, they beat them, they win. The invaders, run away and they leave and whatever, right? So at the end of it all, you have Killmonger rip off the necklace and throw and say, I ain't no Black Panther. And then you have Shuri come up to him like, yeah, we figured you would say something like that. So Shuri gives him his father's chain with their grandfather's ring on it, right? And he's like, what's this? And she's like, turn it on. So he puts on the chain, right? And then he thinks, and then the suit comes on, right? So she embedded a suit into his father's chain, right? So she does that. The suit comes on, and instead of it being the White Wolf, it's a Black Wolf. I don't think he should become the White Wolf. Now, obviously, in the end of Black Panther, they alluded to Bucky being the White Wolf, which is completely and utterly, to me, that can't happen. That's just me. As a huge fan of Black Panther, Black Panther is my second favorite superhero of all time. As a huge fan of Black Panther, Bucky cannot become the White Wolf. If they're going to do anything with Bucky, got to become Captain America. They can't let him become the White Wolf, because the White Wolf in the comics is T'Challa's adopted brother. There's a whole story. His plane crashed in Wakanda, and he was adopted by T'Chaka. Him and T'Challa don't really get along. He's kind of jealous of T'Challa because he always wanted to be the Black Panther, but he can't be the Black Panther, and they don't see eye to eye, which is exactly why Killmonger should become the White Wolf, but in this case, the Black Wolf, right? So he puts on a suit and he looks at it and he's like, oh, I'm feeling this. I like this. So from that point forward, he now leads the military, the secret special ops military in Wakanda, just like the White Wolf does in the comic books, right? And it makes perfect sense because we obviously know that Killmonger in this movie is special ops. He was a black ops, a black special ops operative, and he was the best at it. They called him Killmonger because he was so good. He was killing bad guys in every single continent, So he was so good at that. That's perfect. That's a perfect role for him in the future, right? So the end of the movie, they have both him and T'Challa in Oakland, and like Killmonger's like on the same court that he was playing basketball at as a kid. And he's looking at the building where he used to live, and it's like this big technological marvel. It's an amazing technology all over. Little black kids running in and out of it, learning, geniuses, becoming smart geniuses. And then you have the kid from the first movie, who's a little bit older now, at the end of the movie, who asked T'Challa who he was. You have him come up to T'Challa like, oh, what up, T'Challa? Like, gives him dap and whatever. He's like, who's this? And T'Challa doesn't say nothing. But then Killmonger says, that's my cousin. So it kind of alludes to, okay, they're going to work together now. Now, they don't see eye to eye because, once again, they just don't see eye to eye. Like, that's why he's the perfect White Wolf, but in this case, the Black Wolf, right? So he's like, that's my cousin, that's family, whatever. And that's how the movie ends. So that's the first way you could bring Killmonger back. The second way you could bring him back is the same way you brought Bucky back. So obviously Bucky had in his mind, he had the key words that would cause him to go crazy and kill everybody and whatnot and turn him into the Winter Soldier. You could do the same thing to Killmonger. The only difference is, instead of erasing certain things, you erase his whole entire mind. Like, you erase everything that he knows about T'Chaka killing his brother. You know what I'm saying? And killing his father. You erase all of that. And you could have it play on the idea that he forgot his memory. He doesn't have his memory no more. So he just thinks he's from Wakanda and that he's part of the royal bloodline. You know what I'm saying? Only to, in another movie later down the line, him regain his memories, and that could cause him to become a villain again. So that's just my idea. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys agree with it, if it makes sense. Just a little theory I came up with, something that they could do to bring Killmonger back. Because again, to me, Killmonger was the best Marvel villain in the Marvel universe, even better than Loki. To me, I didn't even really feel Loki was ever really a villain. I always felt he was an anti-hero. So to me, and I actually kind of feel like Killmonger is kind of an anti-hero too, but if we're going based on just the idea of villain and ideology of villain alone, then I think Killmonger is the best. But let me know down in the comment section below how y'all feel about my how I would write him back into the script. Let me know down below how you guys feel about it. Also, once again, remember, leave your questions for the Q&A in the comment section below, either of this video or of my last video. And like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe. You guys know the deal. Also, hit that little bell next to the subscribe button so you guys get my content first. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm SimDCsReviews. I'll holla at y'all later.